What's up, you guys? My name is Asher, and today is my 6 months on testosterone. Today's a big day for me. I'm so excited to hit 6 months. Um, I want to talk a little bit about the changes that I've seen in the past 6 months, but also sort of just in the past month. I think, as far as my voice goes, that's still the most obvious change. Um, but most of that change I actually saw around the 3 or 4 month mark. Right now, it is still sort of settling, but I don't feel like it's dropping like it was before. Um, it's certainly not as quickly as it was before, um, but it's still, especially in my talking voice, I feel it's settling into a lower, fuller spot, which is cool. Um, I'm generally getting correctly gendered more and more often, slowly. Um, I've also been experimenting a little bit more with my gender presentation, which doesn't help that much. Um, you know, Today I've got bright, sparkly nails that I've painted for the first time in 3 years. And I've been, of course, still growing my hair out. It's getting nice and long now. And wearing occasionally more feminine things. But but when I'm actively presenting in a more masculine way, I do pass more frequently, and I've actually gotten to a point where I feel comfortable enough with that I've started using more men's public restrooms, which is also a cool feeling. They still make me uncomfortable because public restrooms make me uncomfortable, but at least it's a different uncomfortable. Um, I I'm seeing perpetually more body hair. Um, I'm seeing it some on my face. It's sort of started to move past like this area on my chin and neck onto this area along my jawbone. A little bit on this side, but not as much. And it's growing in faster. I'm also seeing it more on a little bit on the tops of my shoulders, which is not my favorite spot for that to be. Um, and then on my stomach, some, and a little bit on my chest, but not too much yet. I'm expecting that's probably just gonna keep going forever, so that's fine. Um, and also, as far as hair, I feel like the hair on my head is actually starting to thin some, not significantly, and not to any degree that I'm actively concerned about it. But I knew this was something that would happen. I The amount of hair on my head is a little bit less, um, and some of that could just be that I'm not used to having long hair, so I'm not used to the amount of shedding that I notice. But it definitely feels like I've got tons of it coming off of my head right now, more so than I did like a month ago. So that's also probably fine. It's probably hard to see because I keep slouching myself, but my arms and shoulders are taking on more of a masculine shape, and that's also still a little bit harder to see as I'm wearing a shirt. I'm not trying to strip in front of the camera. That's not the thing that I'm trying to do, even though I am wearing a binder. This lovely GC2B binder that almost blends into my skin tone, um, which is cool. But my arms and shoulders are taking on more of a masculine shape that I get to see, and for the first time in a really long time, if not ever, I can look in the mirror at my arms and shoulders and feel good about how they look, which I dig a lot. That's a really good feeling. Um, and like I still have growth that I want to do in my shoulders and my arms, and I still have muscle mass that I want to build, but it's easier to do, and I can already see some of the results of that happening, even though I'm not really actively exercising that often or actively working on building that up that much. But that's a cool feeling that I get with that like finally I'm starting to fill out a little bit. So even though my shoulders are never going to be super broad, they at least look more masculine, and they look more like they're supposed to be that shape rather than they just ended up in a shape. I feel like my acne is starting to settle down a little bit. It could just be like I'm having a good couple weeks. It's hard to say, but it feels like it's kind of chilling out a little bit, and it's gradually getting better, which is hopefully a good sign. Hopefully I'll be able to get that back to where I had it in like January or February, when it was calmed down for the first time in years. So this hasn't been a full month on testosterone, so it feels like a little bit of a lie in making this video, but I wanted to stay true to the date, because I think that matters more to me than like the exact number of days or weeks that go into a month. But I was off for about a week and a half waiting for my prescription refill to be written and approved by my insurance. And not only could I physically and emotionally feel the change of the hormone levels in my body, which was a really unpleasant feeling. I really do not miss estrogen. I actually, just a few days ago, saw the real results of that, which was that for the first time in 4 months, I'm on my period. Yeah. So I'm not thrilled about that, but I'm back on now, and I'm hoping that this isn't gonna just keep happening every 2 or 3 months like it has sort of done so far. So cross your fingers for me that my hormones will stay as they're supposed to, and I can continue to do my injections on a regular schedule rather than every once in a while having to wait and feeling sort of like I'm resetting. Overall, though, even with some of this being frustrating in the past month, I hit 6 months. I'm here. And honestly, this is one of the best decisions I've ever made for myself. I was so anxious going into this. I was so worried about getting into this and not liking the way that I looked anymore, or not liking the way that my voice sounded, or not feeling like I was honoring myself, feeling like I was going down a path because I thought I was supposed to. But I think none of that has been true. I've become happier with the way that I look. I love the way that my voice sounds. Even if I sometimes miss the way that I could sing before, I feel like I'm really singing in my authentic range rather than forcing it into something that it can't really be. I feel like I'm living in my body. I like the way that I sound when I talk to people. I like hearing myself talk, which is probably why you get so many of these videos, to be honest. I like the way that I sound. And I'm happier. My anxiety is lower. I feel like I'm in more control of myself and my life, and that I'm making decisions because I want to make them, not because I feel like, that's the thing that I should do next. And I feel like I'm in a spot now where I'm more free to explore myself and to honor myself and do things like paint my nails sparkly colors because I look like the person that I want to look like, and I don't have to force myself into a specific gender role to fit that ideal. image of myself. I don't have to force myself to be masculine to know that I am. So I'm really happy. I'm happy with where I am. I'm happy that I've hit 6 months, and I'm excited to keep moving forward and to keep doing these videos. I may not keep doing them every single month, depending on if I continue seeing big changes or if I don't really have anything that I need to update on. But I will certainly at least do a 9-month and a 1-year update. And I'll keep posting singing videos so you can hear what that sounds like, what my voice is sounding like as my range really develops as what it is. And I'll keep at least posting pictures so that comparison can be made. But today's my 6 months. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I will get a 6-month vocal update video on here in the next few days. But thank you so much. Bye.